Hey, this is Chris from StockSpot, Australia's largest online investment advisor. And in this video, I'm going to be answering a question from one of our subscribers who was a 13-year-old and asked, how would you recommend getting started investing as a 13-year-old? So thanks for the question, first of all. And it's a question that's pretty close to my heart because I did start investing around the same age and I've become very passionate about investing over my life. If I was to go back and give myself advice as a 13-year-old, I would first of all be saying, go and read some investing books. So I wouldn't be going online to internet forums or to Reddit to get advice about investing. I would be going to some of the great books that have been written about investing and learning about two key aspects of investing, which is one, how does the share market work? What's the mathematics of the share market? And the two books I would recommend for getting a sense of that. First of all, Winning the Loser's Game, amazing book written by Charlie Ellis, one of the amazing investment brains of the last century. And then The Little Book of Common Sense Investing, written by Jack Bogle, the founder of Vanguard. Both of these give a fantastic perspective on the mathematics of the share market and how they actually work in practice. The other book I'd recommend for a 13-year-old is one called Thinking Fast and Slow. It's a very interesting book that's focused on the psychology of investing and the psychology of the share market, which I think is the other part you really need to understand to get started. You need to understand the maths and the psychology because those combine to really drive the share market. And that's going to give you some great base knowledge to think about how you start investing. So that would be my tip number one. My second tip would be that as a young person, you've got time on your side. You're in a wonderful position where you've got decades and decades ahead of you for compounding. And compounding is this magical wonder of the financial world where investing a little bit and topping up month after month is going to lead to incredible results over the long run. Take advantage of that. So if you're starting young, see if you can continue to invest small amounts regularly, because over 10 or 20 years, and you're going to have 10 or 20 years ahead of someone that starts in their 30s, you're going to compound that amount into a huge sum of money that you can use for buying something enormous in the future, whether it's a house or going on a great holiday. So start early and get started topping up and putting small amounts into the share market, which probably leads to my third tip, which is those small amounts, be very careful not to listen to tips from people online or put them into a small selection of stocks. I made that mistake when I was 13. I was in the heat of the original tech boom in 1999 when I put a lot of my money into tech stocks that all fell by 80 or 90%. Don't make the same mistake as me. Sure, if you want to speculate and put a little bit of money into some sectors or industries that you're interested in, absolutely do that. But the bulk of your money you should put into index funds. And the reason is that index funds are the proven way to grow your wealth over the long run because you're guaranteed to own the winners, these stocks that are going to drive the share market performance over the next 20 or 30 years. Whereas when you pick individual stocks, it is very much a gamble. So most of your money into index funds or ETFs, and then small amounts into speculative type investments, whether it's mining stocks or AI stocks or cryptocurrency, whatever you want, but keep that as a very small proportion as your portfolio because it's pretty devastating, even if you're 13, if you invest into something that falls by 80% and you lose 80% of your money. It was a real setback for me and I wish I'd learned more about indexing and ETFs as a 13-year-old. And thanks for the question again. They're my three tips to help you get started.